Hey, everybody. Welcome to Podcasts from the Pit. Everybody's here today. That's awesome.
Whoop, whoop.
I'm Casey.
I'm Eric.
This is Matt.
And with us, we have.
Matthew Comstock, Swordsman 007.
There we go.
Joe Recondo.
Awesome. Now, you guys have both been on the show before, so welcome back. So awesome to have you. We're taking a break from our year-by-year list we're going to talk a little bit about a little restoration project that Mr. Matthew Comstock has going on. Got a little slideshow. I'm not the best at making slides, but I did what I could. But before we get into that, I just want to see who's all out here right now. We have Joe Hunter 73.
Morning, Joe.
How are you? We have Larry Bear.
What's going on, Papa Bear?
Uh-oh. Matthew Comstock. Here we go.
This is what they call fan service.
There we go. Yes.
Aaron can get one of those green cups if he comes to Joe Fest.
It could. Yes.
Roma?
Yeah,
Good morning, Lilith.
For the princely sum of $10.
Oh,
If he comes to Joe Fest, I'll buy him one.
I'll buy him one too.
Hey, good morning, Adam, or
Morning.
evening for you.
It's also the next day there, too, I believe.
I don't think yet.
By now, yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Good morning, Foot.
Morning, Big Shoot.
Caught a little bit of. He was on Instagram Live last night. Caught a little bit of that. It was awesome. Doing some great work. Scott Garvin. Good morning, or evening to you. Let's keep running. And we will. You have to come. Use those frequent flyer miles.
That's what I'm doing. I'm definitely not driving again. Morning, Bob.
Beta Ray Bob. So good to see you. Before we start rolling into some little show and tell of what we picked up, I just, once again, I want to say thank you to Adam from Go Figure for our intro. Really do like it. I don't say thank you enough, but I really do appreciate it. And I hope everybody out here watching or listening later is having a great weekend. And where do we want to start with what we got in?
Yeah,
Joe, you want to start?
I'll start. So
Mine's going to take a minute.
Yeah,
Okay.
mine's only a couple things. I've been watching my spending because my pre-orders are hitting. But I picked up the new classified mirrored face or vac metal Cobra Commander.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool.
I don't collect a lot of classified. I only have a few figures. I like the vehicles. And then we got the Optimus Prime movie series Transformer came in.
Ooh.
That is awesome.
I'm still looking for an
Nice.
Ultra Magnus. I have lots to trade if anybody has one.
Does it come with the trailer?
Yes.
Sweet.
And then the Triple T Transformers Sarge crossover. I can't say enough about this. This thing is awesome. The figure is amazing. The ratcheting joints on the Transformer and go on and on.
Mhm.
Everybody's done a review on this. It speaks for itself, but I love this thing.
Cup looks amazing.
Yeah, they hit his colors on perfect. And that's all I got.
That's some good stuff. Let's see if I can figure out how to get this back. There we go. And real quick, before we roll into Matthew, got a question for him. What's in that mighty green cup?
Ooh.
Just water. You have
Oh.
to stay hydrated, especially when you're drinking. This is Earl Grey. So I'm much more of a tea guy than I am a coffee guy, and I decided I needed like a big cup this morning. So then I've got to balance it out with a big cup of water.
Nice.
So no liquid courage. Sorry to disappoint.
It's a little early for that anyway.
This is time for me right now.
There we go. Well, you bet.
Saturday, anything goes.
Hey, good morning, Jason. So good to see you.
Morning.
Just so everybody knows, Jason sent me some amazing water slides for Delta 17.
What?
Yes. So I will be able to, once I figure out how to use them correctly, the stuff that I've been fixing up for Delta 17, like the Mobat and working on Wolverine for the retrograde, I'm going to be able to put the emblems on there, and it's going to be awesome.
Casey, if you send them to me, I'll do a video and show you how to put them on things. I got a
I can
tank.
send you a few. He sent me a page of each, all different sizes.
Well, I'd even be willing to buy a set off them.
Same.
He wouldn't sell them to me, but they might, reach out to him. He's a really good guy.
Will do.
Yep.
So
Gotta
let's
have
go
a good-
with what Matthew got in. He got some cool stuff. Whoops.
Bye, Matt.
Bye, Matt.
I hit the wrong button. Hold on. There we go.
So I got the first shipment from Callsign Longbow in. So I got my Ghost and my stands. I haven't opened it yet. I did buy the O-ring Skeletron figures that Callsign Longbow did, and they were pretty solid. So I expect Ghost to be the same. For some reason, I ended up buying 2 copies of the comic. I don't know why. Somebody wants one, let me know. But also, so this was last weekend's project. This is the new Lego classic Batmobile.
That is cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. I did not realize it was going to be so big. I probably should have when I saw the box. But it's got a lot of cool features. It's like everything is labeled. So this pulls up and you can actually see that the crime computer is labeled just like everything was in the old series. And I was thinking, when I got done with this, this looks like it's bigger than the 6-inch Batmobile that McFarlane did. And yeah, I was right. It's quite a bit bigger. I was thinking, this would be cool if I could fit 118 or 3 3/4 O-rings in there, but it pretty much swallows those. The one thing I haven't tried yet is the superpowers figures, because I have a couple of those that are like 5-inch. They might be perfect for this. I don't know.
I figured.
Hey, here's a good question for you, Matthew. Does it come with shark repellent?
It does not. It does not come with bat shark repellent. It actually only came with one minifig of Batman. It didn't even come with Robin. I was disappointed.
Wow.
But yeah, that's it.
All right. And just a couple little things here. One for Joe. He says, get him your information and he will send them to you in a week or 2.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, he's a good dude. We run into him almost every Kentuckiana and Winterfest, and he's a super nice guy. Oh, and look who's here. Good morning, Ken.
Morning, Ken.
Morning, Ken.
Whoa.
Morning, Ken.
Very, very early for Ken.
Very early.
It's very early for Ken, yes.
Yeah.
But I think he's got a toy show today too. So
Yeah.
That's where I'm heading.
everybody's got toy shows but me, man. I feel left out.
One thing I can say about Ken, he's one of the nicest guys I've ever met. One of the best guys I've ever met. Hands down.
Yeah, outstanding.
And, he's kind of like the glue, man. He like pulls us all together.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have, like Matthew, we talked once, but once we got together with Ken, man, you're one of my favorite people.
Yeah.
Joe's been up there. It's awesome.
Matthew became
Great
one of my favorite
community, and
people.
he's up there.
Matthew became one of my favorite people whenever he kept Hans from jumping the table on me.
Yeah, that Hans needs a handler at conventions, and I guess what Paul is to Sarge, I am to Hans.
There we go.
You do a good job. Proud of you.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, Eric, do you got stuff for show and tell?
Yes. So, Joe, did you remember?
Remember. We talk about a lot of things. I don't remember.
Are you asking him to sing the Earth, Wind, and Fire song?
No. Terrible
Oh, okay.
Towel.
I mean, that's how it starts off.
Dude, I didn't bring it in. It's in my truck.
Woo!
Oh, that's good.
I did bring this in, though.
Ooh, what is that?
That's Cletus, the Fox Steelers robot.
What?
Yeah.
Hideous.
Okay, you gotta send me pictures of that.
I will.
Cletus.
Yeah. Terrible Towel.
That's for you, Casey.
Yeah.
Even though every NFL team has ripped off the Terrible Towel and have their own.
Yeah, I mean, this is the official Marion Copes official Terrible Towel from Super Bowl XLV. Yeah.
They use those to wipe their tears when they don't get the calls.
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa, now.
It's one of them kind of streams, okay?
I don't feel so good now. I may have to drop off.
Me too.
I'm kind of yeah.
Sorry, Bengals fan.
They still have a team.
Ooh, I pity you.
Yes, we do. Yeah. Trust me, it's nothing new. I'm used to disappointment.
Same way with me and the Mountaineers.
But at least you get to light couches on fire.
Shit, my wife won't let me. She said we need our couch.
Yeah.
You don't have to light your own. Find someone else can do it.
Anybody
That's cool.
interested in the Chaos Kickstarter?
That's gonna be interesting.
What is that?
It looks cool. I don't know if I'm gonna go in on it or not. But
Whiskey Jack Toys is doing a new Kickstarter, and it's all villains.
Oh,
It's like the
villains versus villains.
Yes.
I saw something for chicken fried toys.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. I checked out that new Kickstarter.
Yeah, I looked at that this morning.
And I
For the
saw the
horses.
all-in price, and I was just like, "You gotta be kidding me!"
So
Because I want to go all in. Because Chicken Fried Toys is amazing.
What's the name of that line that they do, Casey?
Dime Novel Legends.
Yeah, Dime
Yes.
Nailed it. I've got like 20 of the figures, so I can hardly ever remember the name.
so some of us went all in over the all-in price, just so you know. And plan to go further once certain things get unlocked.
Whoa.
I need that stage
Yeah.
in my life. I'm sorry.
Stagecoach.
I want all of that. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to talk my wife into letting me go all in on that. Since
Yeah, I know.
we don't even know how much it's going to cost to fix our electric that's been fixed. So
Ooh.
I got to wait for that first. But the Chaos Kickstarter, it looks very interesting. And they reached out, and we are going to have Darren on the show to talk about it. I don't know if it's going to be a live stream or we'll do like a pre-record, but definitely looking forward to that because I did go in on Legends of the Hidden Force. I'm excited for those figures. I didn't go all in. I wish I had, but at the time, it was a bad time because we were at Joe Fest and I was spending money left and right on other stuff.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you go to Joe Fest, Ronnie. Save your money.
Yeah. Spend money like a drunken sailor, like a drunken shipwreck.
All right.
I think that's
Matt,
kind of redundant, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you got anything for show and tell? Did you get anything in this week?
Well, I didn't bring it in here, but I did get the Jungle Trooper from Skeletron in.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. Send me pictures later. I want to see it.
Is it
All right, we'll
pretty
do.
cool? Or
It's the modern scale, right? The 4
Yeah,
inch.
it's the modern style, so it's the same as the what was it, the Wolf Troopers or whatever that they had for sale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much look the same, just the coloration is different.
Coloration looks pretty good though. I
Yeah.
mean, let's be fair.
Yeah,
I haven't seen anything for Skeletron that didn't look good yet. So
No.
I'm telling you, I always tell my wife when she asks why I spend so much money on toys, but I mean, we live in a golden age of collecting toys now.
Yeah.
All these small companies are killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I am going to go through my list of stuff I got in real quick. I don't want to bore anybody, but I did get a lot of stuff. So let's see here. All right. So I did get the longbow. And I'm going to open this one today. I got to do it. Pretty excited for it. I got the Tomax and Zamont.
I got to order those. They're in stock right now. Big Bad Toy Store. I got to get that.
Yeah, that's where I got it. Big Bad. It actually shipped a lot faster than I thought it would. Now this one won't interest anybody probably but me. But I got my Condor.
That's cool.
Chuckles version or whatever you want to call them. But
That's
I think
a
it's
great
pretty
figure.
cool.
Yeah.
And Mr. Eric Harper, I don't do classified, but he knows how much I love Iron Grenadiers, so he hooked me up. I like this because it's not a just upscale from what I had as a kid. So I'm excited for this one. I hope I just get the one now.
I like how they made the boxes a little bit smaller too.
Yeah.
Easier for displaying them if you keep them in box.
I haven't opened this one yet.
Oh, I got that too. I forgot to. You'll like it.
Oh, I'm excited to get in there because Horde Trooper is one of my favorite motifs. Very awesome. You know, one thing I like about this, I ordered on Monday. They ship it on like Tuesday. And then you got to wait 6 months. So last week, I got a very nice gift from Joe Recondo. Sent me a Hypno. Now, he sent me a box of Motu Origins. I didn't have a single one of them, except for one, but it's a troop builder, so we're all good. Snake Armor Skeletor.
Ooh.
A comic book, Roboto.
Nice.
I love the orange. I think it looks awesome.
Domo arigato.
Squeeze.
He's a cool figure. I got him.
Yeah, he is cool. Snake Man Infiltrator. This is the one I already have, but you can't have too many.
Nope.
And Serpent Claw Man at Arms. This is a really cool looking figure. I like how they changed up the colors. So it's going to be really cool. And sent me this awesome little glow. Does this glow in the dark? I haven't even checked that.
I think it does.
It's the little
Moat Monster.
Yeah, the little moat monster.
That's cool.
So pretty excited. Had a great toy couple weeks. You can't beat that when you're not expecting stuff and you get it. So I just want to thank you, Joe and Hillbilly, for sending me the things.
Ain't no thing.
Really nice. Podcast from Castle Grayskull.
That's us.
Always got to talk a little Motu.
I love Motu. I'm always going to talk a little Motu. But we're going to start with a little restoration project that Mr. Matthew Comstock's working on. I set up a little slideshow, but full disclosure, I am not the best at making slideshows, so the pictures might be small, but we'll see how it goes.
All right.
And I think I got them in the right order. I hope I didn't mess it up.
All right, we'll see. Yeah, so if we go back to, I believe it was the summer of 1991, a very, very long time ago, I had used part of my parents' attic to set up a giant G.I. Joe diorama. So about a year and a half later, we had, it was in January of 93, we had a really bad ice storm that rolled through here, and part of our roof ended up collapsing. And of course, it would be the part that was over my little diorama. So this stuff basically got trashed because my dad and I were up there. My mom got woken up that morning with water dripping on her face.
Oh.
And that's how we discovered it. And Dad and I immediately got up and did what we could. And that meant like throwing a lot of this stuff out of the way so we could stop we could do damage control, right? So I think my mom said back in, I don't remember this, but back in 2010, I was living in North Carolina at the time, but I had come back for the holidays and I had helped her organize the attic a little bit, and she had bought some bins for me to throw all my stuff in. And she's like, you can always throw it out if you want to. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I said, I may do something with this eventually. And, classified, that stuff dropped in 2020. I went pretty hard on that to begin with, because I didn't think any of this stuff could be saved. So to me, it was like 1982 all over again, but now I've got like adult money and I can buy all the stuff that I want. But in the back of my mind, I had always wondered, like, could I do anything with my childhood collection? So if we go back about 3 years, almost to the date, back to October of 2021, right after the last tax deadline, when everything has to be done, I kind of have a lull for the last 2.5 months of the year. So I decided, I should take like 2 weeks off, go to my mom's, grab all this stuff, and see what I can do with it. Because it's like, what do I have to lose, right? If I can't do anything with it, I've still got all the classified stuff I bought, and that could be my new G.I. Joe, so to speak. And I was naive enough to think that I could crank through all this stuff in 2 weeks and have it be done. And it's 3 years later, and I'm still not 100%. I would say I'm probably like 85%. But, I got all the stuff, set it up in the spare bedroom here in the house. And, as I had time, just started cleaning it up. So this picture right here, this is the Striker. That was probably one of my favorite vehicles when I was a kid. And it's probably one of the worst vehicles that I had. And after about 4 hours of me scrubbing it and removing the decals, I've got some after pictures as well. Casey, I don't know if you can advance. So that's a side picture of what it looked like. It looks pretty gnarly there. Yeah, somebody actually mistook this for one of the newer retro ones.
Wow.
He was like, is that one of the newer ones and you just haven't put the decals on it? I'm like, no, bro, that's the one from 85. I said it took me about 5 hours to get there. And I think the worst part of it was not cleaning it up, but it's just, I live in Virginia, right? So like we're known for having hot, humid summers. So, the decals, after being in an attic for 30 years, they had melted and the residue was still stuck to the plastic. And I tried several methods at first, and finally we found out that Goo Gone, the spray gel, worked the best. I had a couple people say lighter fluid might work. That didn't work. Rubbing alcohol didn't work. But then finally, like the Gooby Gone worked. And yes, they are my childhood toys. So
I love that. And,
That's
restoring your own childhood toys
yeah, and
compared to somebody else's.
Yeah, and I was an only child, so I had a lot of stuff. So, and also had pictures of the Wolverine too. That one was also really bad.
Yeah, the Wolverine's next. I just
Yeah.
wanted to keep all these together.
Yeah,
Like
no,
befores
cool.
and afters.
That's cool. So,
But
yeah,
it's night and day.
Yeah. I mean, and this is something that's, I work on it as I have time. 2022, I also took the last 2 weeks of October off after the deadline, and I had saved the big vehicles for those 2 weeks: the hovercraft, the battle platform, the Rattler, the Tomahawk. The Tomahawk, so that was too big to fit into a bin, so it actually sat on top of one of the Rubbermaid bins, and the cockpit pointed out towards the roof. Well, when I went up there and I grabbed it and I turned it around, there looked like it was a little hornet's nest that had actually formed on the cockpit. Well, I mean, nobody ever saw that because it was always pointed towards the roof. And that's when I found out there's a type of insect around here called a dirt devil, and they're not like wasps or hornets. They're not aggressive or anything, and they sort of build those cocoons on their own. So, and it was long dead, and thankfully it popped right off. And,
like a mud dauber?
What's that?
Like a mud dauber?
Yeah. In fact, I think that's just another name for it. But
Okay.
Yeah, the Wolverine was also one of my favorite vehicles.
Mine too, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, you can see just how horrible that looks.
Wow.
And I actually took a picture of my fingernails. I couldn't find it like after I was done cleaning it, because I was using my fingernails to scrape the decals off, and they were pretty gnarly. It looked like I had my hands under a hood for about 8 hours.
I gotta say, Matt, your toys are in good shape though. Nothing's broken on them.
Well, so any damage that I did, I ended up doing myself. And this will be my PSA for the day. If anybody out there ever embarks on this project, just remember 3D Joe's has the blueprints for all these vehicles. If you want to take it apart, like I did with the bridge layer, go look at the instructions first. Because I ended up breaking the tabs off the treads. So also, if anybody has treads that are in good shape for the bridge layer, they want to sell them, hit me up. But yeah, for the most part, this turned out good. The only thing that I couldn't really restore, or that I didn't even try to restore, was the Sky Striker, because I ended up buying 2 of the new ones anyway. But the cockpit had broken off. It had yellowed quite a bit. And, the springs on the landing gear rusted. I mean, I don't know if you can go out and find springs that same size and buy. But yeah, when that HasLab dropped, that was like a godsend to me. And I was like, oh, I'll just get 2 of these things. That would actually be cheaper than me going out and trying to buy the parts to restore the original one.
Yeah. Breaking tabs is not fun.
Yeah.
So this looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does. And there's some if you zoom in and look to where the decals were before, you could tell where they were, but that's fine because the new decals will cover it.
You getting them from Toy Hacks or?
I did.
Yep.
So the accountant in me was like, I need to budget this and figure out, how much I think this is going to cost.
Right.
I had 500 set aside for decals. I was thinking at first, and if we go back to 2021 when I first started, I was thinking maybe on some of these vehicles I could salvage the decals. But once I got further into it, I was like, no, there's no way I can do that. And the fact that you can buy the repro decals and they're pretty good, it's like, if I'm going to do this, I'd rather just do it right.
Right.
So, yeah, I have quite a few figures that don't have their thumbs. So my original Grand Slam, so the Hal and Grand Slam, that was like the first G.I. Joe toy I ever got. Grand Slam does not have either of his thumbs anymore. So
it just looks so clean.
Yeah.
I have two Wolverines and they don't look that clean.
That's tight.
They
Really well.
yeah, the hard part was not cleaning the dirt off. It was just getting rid of the residue from the old decals.
So,
Yeah.
what did you use to clean the dirt off with? Just soap and water? Or
I use Simple Green. And
okay.
if you go to Walmart, there's like a brand of kids' toothbrushes called Dr. Fresh.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want anything that's like too stiff because you don't want to scratch up the plastic too much. But I bought a 6-pack of those and a couple bottles of Simple Green. And if I knew for a fact that none of these vehicles had metal parts, they usually went in the bathtub first. Like the headquarters, I completely disassembled that and threw it in the bath for a couple days. And I did the same thing not with the hydrofoil, with the Moray. I basically just ran that under the bathtub, the spigot in the bathtub, for a while to get all the loose dirt out of it. But yeah, the Wolverine probably took a couple hours on a Saturday. You would think it probably wouldn't take that long for a vehicle that small. But also, but don't underestimate what 30 plus years of neglect can do to these things.
I mean, there's so many crevices that dirt's going to get in there and cake. Yeah, it's going to take a while to clean that.
Yeah, I thought about completely disassembling the Wolverine, but I cleaned that one up after I did the bridge layer, and I was like, no, we're not doing that anymore. Because a lot of people might not like the bridge layer as much as I do, but their fathers probably didn't work in utility construction like mine did. So to me, that was kind of a pretty cool vehicle because I thought of it more of a construction type vehicle.
I disassembled a Havoc to do a custom paint job on it, and it was so scary to take that stuff apart.
Yeah, because remember, like the Wolverine, I'm pretty sure that was like a birthday present or a Christmas present in '83.
Yeah.
So that means it's 41 years old now. So, it kind of blows my mind sometimes that this stuff actually, after being subjected to so much neglect, has held up. But
I just can't get over how clean that is. I worked on a Mobat for a while, and I don't think I ever got that clean. But
yeah.
I might have to try out your Simple Green and Gugon, I think.
Yeah, I called it the Swordsman 2-step. So,
did you get all the decals on those yet?
No, that's actually so. I'm going to go year by year.
Okay.
So later on this afternoon, I'm doing the Vamp.
Nice.
So yeah, I've got them all sorted by year. So I'm just going to go through year by year. So I decided I would just do the Vamp first.
So Chad, Chad gave me a tip when I put some decals on my custom Triple T I got made, and it works well. There's tweezers and a Q-tip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no,
That works very well.
And I also like to wear gloves when I do mine too, latex gloves, so that way you don't get a fingerprint in there. Because that's what I do with the Legos. Is I use the and I've got like the really fine tipped tweezers that you can find at like I found mine at Hobbytown. I find those work better. I was using like a normal pair of tweezers before, and yeah, I felt like the tips weren't small enough to really do. Yeah, I have to agree with that, Bob.
Yeah.
I just bought some of those actually. Sam's Club finally dropped a few. There's like a 2-pack of mechs, and then there's like a larger vehicle that's got like a battering ram and a glider on it. I was like, I can do something with those.
I'm hoping our discount chain up here called Ocean State Job Lots, they had that click and play last year. So I hope they restock that for the Christmas season because it was really cheap. And I'm going to load back up on that.
Yeah, I love stories like this, especially.
Yeah.
I mean, the best part is they're your childhood toys. I wish I knew where my childhood toys are.
Exactly.
And I remember the story about the roof and stuff. They talked about it on Joburg one time.
Yeah, that's actually when. So I used to write a blog about it, and I just don't have time.
Yeah.
With thing going on to do that. But I think what I'm going to do is, as I get the decals put on the vehicles, I'm just going to make one post on that vehicle, and it'll be the before and after pics.
Awesome.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's probably more. It's probably more accessible. Because I mean, what I was throwing into the blog, it's like I was just talking about the vehicle itself. You know, when did it show up? What did I think of it when I was a kid? Where did it show up in the comics? Was it in the cartoon? What I did to clean it up. And you know, doing that can take a lot of which, you know, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but you know, the last 5 years for me, like career wise, has been awful. It seems like I cannot get the whole thing about being a CPA and working in tax prep is it's supposed to be seasonal. You're supposed to work your butt off for the first 3.5 months of the year and then kind of skate the other, 8.5, but it's not been that way the past few years. So, trying to do that and then trying to fit in hobbies and things like that, just, the other things that come with being a responsible adult, it's hard to find time to do this stuff.
That's one of the things I like about doing this show. For an hour to an hour and a half a week, I don't have to be an adult.
Yeah.
I work hard all week. I'm hanging out with my boys talking toys. I look forward to this every week.
Yeah, and I mean, and this has been very therapeutic as well, because if I don't have anything major that's pressing on a Saturday or, during the evening, that's how I got a lot of this stuff done. I would, come home and say, well, can I spare 2 hours and knock out the vamp? I think the vamp maybe took about 2 hours. But then it's, I just put like a podcast or an album on or something, or maybe an audio book and just zone out for a while. Then, maybe I didn't finish the vehicle that night, but I still made progress, and I felt good about it. So yeah. So hopefully I'll be fully done here by this time next year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping to be able to, do with the decals what I did with the vehicle, just find some time here and there and make it happen. So,
well, then got to convert you to get in some like vintage Motu and fix those up.
Yeah.
Motu was something I never got never got into. Like this was always the G.I. Joe was always kind of like the love of my life as a kid. Between that and Star Wars. I had a ton of the old school Kenner 5 POA figures.
Mm-hmm.
Then in '87 when the movie rolled around, I kind of felt like this had jumped the shark. And then so like in September of '87, I turned 11, and like my parents were already trying to like push me out.
Yeah.
Of we were kind of like aging out. And I think that might have been the last year. I think the Mambo was the last vehicle I got, and that would have been for Christmas of '87. And then I have a couple of '88 figures, and then I kind of stopped.
Let's see. Got a random question for the panel. View Monster Force figures. Did anybody here get in on the Monster Force figures? I have seen reviews, and I love them, but I do not have any of them.
I was listening to Audible Interlude last night, and they was talking about the Van Helsing figure, and I'm going to end up ordering that. I have the Donner Party on pre-order. Can't wait for Donner Party. I'm a creature guy, monsters, so this will probably take precedent over Action Force, Action Force and Classified. I can see myself putting my Classified figures up, except for Sarge, Joe, and a few like Snake Eyes and Flint and Lady J, and then the rest of them is going to probably be Monster Force. It'd go good with my BPRD stuff.
I mean, you're going to keep your Duke out, though, right?
I don't have a Duke. I got a.
I think they look
Duke.
great. I've tried not to look at them too deeply because I have a slight tendency to hit rabbit holes and go down them. And I'm afraid because they look so good. I mean, I think I might order one and get it in hand and see what I think.
That's how the rabbit hole starts, Casey.
Yes.
I know.
You just admitted it.
I know.
Casey, do I need to send you one of them like I did the Valaverse Action Force?
I don't know if I got enough shelf space for that. He sends me a Valaverse figure, blowback, and I loved it. I thought it was great. And next thing you know, I've got like 40 Valaverse figures up there on my shelf. I've got the Vanguard, and I got Wave 5 coming at any time. I like them. I would prefer they be 3/3/4, but these are figures I've never had before, which is what excites me about Monster Force. I've never had these figures before, and they look good. That's why I jump in on all these Kickstarters.
So for me,
I gotta get it.
I really like, one of my favorite characters is Hellboy, and the Monster Force would just like mesh perfectly in with all that. So if you ever get an opportunity, pick up the 1,000 Toys Hellboy and Abe Sapien. Holy cow. Beautiful figures.
Hey, Bob, I'm with you. I love the 1/18 scale. It's my favorite. I wish all these figures that are coming out would be my scale.
I think
But
they're
if I want to get them, I got to get the 112.
I think they're doing some of them in 1/18.
Yeah, they are.
That's better.
Yeah,
Doesn't take
they
as much
look
room.
great. They look great. You guys know I'm all 1/18 and 3.
It's the Lord scale.
Yeah.
I
Remember the
am
last
about
time I was on, I said I had 2 scales. I said I had like 1/18/3 3/4 in Lego.
yeah.
Like that's how I'm going out on Lego, was building the Batmobile. I don't have room for it anymore.
Yeah.
So I figure I might as well go out on an iconic set like that. So I'm all 1/18 all the time now.
I've got a few Lego kits. I've got the Batfleck Batmobile
Okay.
and the little one. I ain't got the nice fancy one. And then I have the final battle between Batman and Superman. Has like the little bat symbol or bat signal that explodes and stuff, and um, Batman's victorious in that battle, by the way. But anyhow,
Yeah, Jason. I got out of classified for the most part. I sold, I would say, 95% of my classified figures. I kept Sarge. Don't come at me. I kept Sarge. But in a couple that I put some gridiron on and just a couple of my favorites. And I will very rarely get one now. That's got to be something I really want.
Yeah.
But as far as like scales go, 118 is my favorite.
Yeah.
But they don't make Motu in 118, so I get this scale too. What is this? Is it like it's not really a 112 scale. Anybody know what the Motu scale is?
It's like a weird 5.5 inch, isn't it?
Like five and a half.
Yeah.
It's its own scale.
Yeah.
It's
Motu
Mo
scale.
scale. Yes. I am excited for the Hind. There we go. Larry's got it. Eternity scale.
There you go.
But as you were talking, you know, how you had your Joe Star Wars as a kid. Mine, I had Star Wars, but at that point, I've never seen the movies. My parents wouldn't take us to go see them. They had no interest in them. So everything was in my head of what's going on. So I didn't have that deep love for the characters. So when Joe came out, all my friends that had seen Star Wars, I was able to start trading off my Star Wars figures for their Joes and their Masters of the Universe. So those are my two childhood toys that I love to this day. I mean, I had some Adventure People. Those were fun. When the Lone Ranger movie came out, I had those figures because I've always loved Westerns. And I blame Beta Ray Bob for me jumping into chicken fried toys.
I think that was the first booth that Bob hit up at Joe Fest. Like he sprung. Like, where are they? Where are they?
Yeah. Yeah. I ran into him there and he's just going on about how great they are. And I'm sitting there looking at him and I'm like, you know what? I love Westerns. This is a good scale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in on this. And next thing you know, I'm walking out there with like 15 figures over 2 days.
Yeah, their presence was not very big this year at Joe Fest versus last year.
No. But
Yeah,
I probably wouldn't even found it if it wasn't across from Delta 17.
Well, I feel like
I'm glad I did.
Past Joe Fest, they were kind of in between releases and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt, are you coming to Joe Fest next year?
Yeah.
Good.
My ticket's already bought and hotel was reserved.
Yep. I don't know if they're sold out yet, but the discount through the Joe Facebook page there, the Joe Fest page, it was a pretty good discount from what I compared to what I paid last year.
I'm here to enable. That's the kind of friends we are, Bob. Oh, first booth was Fresh Monkey Fiction.
That's right. And the Necromancer.
Yeah. I got the Necromancer and the Cleaner.
Hey, Larry, that's called PowerCon.
PowerCon.
yeah.
PowerCon. And it will be back next year.
Yep.
Columbus, Ohio.
Planning on
That's
going.
like 3 hours away from us, Joe. See you there.
9 hours for me because Pittsburgh's 8.
It's like 3
Totally
hours
worth
for
it.
me.
It's probably 11 or 12 for me.
Well, you'd be more than welcome to pit stop at Cassaday Hillbilly.
I've never heard of the Froggy Flip Show.
Nope.
You have to send me that info, Jason. I'm real close to Indy.
1.5
Oh,
days.
here we go. Yeah, totally worth it, Ronnie.
Yep.
And you travel back in time too.
Yeah, you get some time back. Everybody wants to get time back.
Yep.
Yeah, honestly, the pictures when you sent them to me, Matthew, have really inspired me to want to. I mean, they're not my childhood toys, but I got some beaters that would just look so good to get in there, clean them up, and I'm gonna write that down. Simple green.
Yep, Simple Green's
Yep.
really good stuff.
And it won't deteriorate the plastic either.
Nope.
And Goo Gone. Is it a spray or is it the?
I would use the spray gel. That's what because I
Okay.
was actually using the liquid before.
Yeah.
And that was not working. And then, I'd had that bottle for like a couple years, and I was like, well, maybe I should try the spray gel, and that was what finally did the trick. So, but I mean, I've done that. I mean, so 22 was my first Joe Fest. I ended up buying another claw and another flight pod because I was like, why I can clean these up now. I was able to use the Cream peroxide developer to whiten some of my stuff. I found that it works much better it worked very well on the Shark, the Flight Pod, and the Claw. But some of the stuff that came later in the line, like the Dominator tank from Battle Force 2000 and the Vector, it didn't really work that well on those.
Where do you get that at?
You can find it on Amazon. That's where I bought it. A lot of people use the hydrogen peroxide method, where you basically take it and put it in a bowl and submerge it in peroxide and then put it outside so it gets direct sunlight and dirt stains on plastic. Yeah, basically use Simple Green. Or I mean, you could use any kind of dish detergent. I don't know what kind of dish detergent you have in Australia, but most of it should be gentle enough to where it won't do any damage.
If you have Dawn, that'd probably be the best.
Yeah.
If it's safe for those little ducks with the oil on them, it's safe for my toys.
Exactly.
And the thing with
Yeah.
dishwashing detergent, I don't know if this will affect the plastic or not. It has hydrocarbons in it, and Simple Green doesn't. So Simple Green may be the best way to go.
What kind of detergent?
Dishwashing.
Dishwashing?
Washing, that's what I said.
Come on, Case.
These are half our phone calls. It's so funny. I'll call a hillbilly about every day on my way home, and there's always something. It really helps my drive home.
I'm glad I could be a help.
Hey, you are, buddy.
I don't feel like I am much anymore on some things.
No, but if you have something that needs to be whitened, I can send you the link for the Korean peroxide developer.
Okay.
Is that similar to that Salon 40 hair?
Yeah.
Hair.
That's actually and that's something that Hans told me about, because I was going to go the peroxide method at first, and he's like, no, he's like get this stuff, but just be very careful with it. And
Yeah.
if you do use it, use gloves and wear a mask. Like, I'm pretty sensitive to chemical smells, so I probably look like some kind of weirdo out on my driveway with these things in bags, and I'm wearing a mask. But the whole
He's making masks.
you just take it, and I used a paintbrush to apply the developer, and you just do one side and put it in a Ziploc bag to make it airtight, and then put it out in direct sunlight. And if you see condensation forming on the inside of the bag, then you've done it right.
Nice.
Now, I mean, do my Flight Pod and the Claw look, like I just got them out of the box in 1984? No, but they still look look as yellow as they did. I would say it's more of like a cloud white. Which, I mean, isn't that kind of what you want anyway? In a vehicle like that, it's like you would kind of want it to blend in with like an overcast sky a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
These are all great tips because I went in pretty heavy on some vehicles and stuff when I first got back into Joe, and honestly, they all could stand to look a little better. And get the stuff. Be a nice little project to keep me busy. It's very inspiring.
Very.
It's like when Foot does some paintings or stuff, or Campbell will make some repairs on some Joes. Man, it's just amazing what everybody's doing.
Yeah, that's the one thing I haven't got into is I haven't gotten into the figures yet.
Yeah.
So, I definitely have to do some O-ring replacements there. So
that's about as far as I can repair.
What's that?
I said that's about as much as I can repair a figure, is changing out the O-ring.
Yeah. So I've got about. It's funny because this is the accountant in me. I took inventory a couple weeks ago of my figures.
Yeah, I see that.
Well, yeah, because I think I mentioned it to you guys. So I'm up to 563 now. and I had those broken down. I should have brought the spreadsheet in with me, but I forgot it. But I think about 115 of those are original O-rings, and probably I would say about 100 of those are ones that were my childhood Joes. The other ones I ended up buying a Slipstream cross country, and I finally found an AVAC for my bargain Terradrome that I got last year. So, but I actually have more Black Major, Blue Major, and Lady J figures now than I have my original Joes.
Now, I don't have any Black Major figures.
Yes, you do.
I would think. Well, that's an Eric custom. That's what I call that.
Okay.
But
yeah,
I mean, I'm not opposed to
the
them.
original materials are Black Major, though, right, Eric?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got your own Hannibal.
Yep. But I've honestly started thinking about maybe trying to get some of the troop builders to Black Major. So,
yeah,
we shall see
that's
how
what
that
I've
goes.
done. That's what I've done. I've got about between the new Hasbro O-rings and Black Major having his sales, I've probably got about 35 Cobra troopers and officers. So
you'll see this post on the Facebook groups all the time. At least once a week I see it. What's the best O-ring? And everybody's got their comments. Number 7, number 9. I use a number 41. I get them right at the Home Depot, and they work excellent for my figures.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys use.
There was a kit.
I don't know what they are. I just buy them online and G.I. Joe replacement O-rings.
There was a kit that I bought on Amazon that I actually haven't used yet because, like I said, I've not done anything with the figures. But I think it was like $26, and it had a bunch of screws and O-rings in it. And they are addictive. Wes, if you see me on there, you need to just like stop me from buying them, bro. Really.
I have a Blue Major. This guy right here.
Oh yeah.
He's really cool. I mean,
yeah. Yeah, I just bought my first batch from Lady J. I think they came Monday. And it was the Red Shadows Baroness and then some of the Red Shadows the Plague Troopers, as he calls them. They're pretty cool.
Love Red Shadows. I'm gonna check those out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did a Plague Bat that Crash has now.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, yeah, like I said, it's an awesome project. I'm inspired to start cleaning up some of my stuff, hitting up Toy Hacks to get those replacements. My only issue is I'm getting to the age where my eyes ain't great. So go to put on those decals. It's pretty sketchy.
You need some bifocals, buddy.
I got glasses. They help while I'm reading. That's it. Because I got one eye. My left eye is 20/20, no issues. My right eye is jacked, and it throws everything off.
So that happened to me, Case, from a childhood BB gun accident. Got shot in the
Oh,
eye.
yeah?
Yeah, we were having BB gun wars. We always thought it was cool to snipe
There's
each
a movie
other.
about that.
Yeah. So recently, 2 years ago, I had a whole new lens put in my left eye, and it's helped me out tremendously. There is fixes now for that.
I could
Nice.
have done that for you.
And it's a little weird, let me tell you, because you're awake for it too, and they cut your eye.
Ugh.
But I was on volume though. I was all jacked up.
So pluses and
Basically,
minuses.
what you're saying is you're a replicant now. Like
Yep.
if we look at your eye, we can see the serial number.
There is actually a QR code, the serial number on that lens.
Whoa.
Don't stop Instagram, brother. You're one of the highlights on there for me, man. I appreciate you.
Tell you who else is, and he jumped in the chat a while ago, is GI Jokers. Man, I love
He's
GI
a great
Jokers.
guy. We
Yeah.
need to get him on here.
We do.
We need
Very
to get
much.
him, Larry Bear, and Ronnie on here at the same time talking skid marks.
You know what? I'd like to get Foot back on too.
Yes.
It's been a while.
We need to get that Joe Recondo and Matthew Comstock on too.
Yeah. I was really glad, Casey, that you brought Joe on too, because I was going to request that. I didn't want to do it myself, and I wanted somebody else to be with me. And first pick was going to be Joe.
Yeah, it's kind of like this. We don't really have a program that's just, all right, we're going to talk about this news, this, that, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Like I said, we do this to talk to friends.
Yeah.
You guys aren't guests, you're friends.
Yeah.
So you guys are always welcome on here.
You're more than friends, you're family.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Can't wait for Joe Fest, where we're going to hang out with Ronnie.
He's coming.
He's coming. He's got to. And the only reason I bring it up because he told me he had enough freaking flyer miles to make the trip.
If we have to, Joe, me and you will sneak over there, snatch him, and bring him over, and he can walk home.
This has been a fun show. I'm going to pick up some Simple Green and Goo Gone spray for sure.
Yeah. Something else that might work is Mean Green.
It doesn't work as good.
Okay.
It's like the Walmart version of Simple Green.
Yeah.
But it does work.
Okay.
And Casey, they sell that Simple Green in the gallon jugs at Walmart.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
It's cheaper to buy it that way, and it's really handy to keep around the house for just cleaning up anything.
Yeah, definitely.
I've got 2 gallons of that out in my cellar or out in my shed. I might have to go crack it open. I got a mow bat needs scrubbed.
And then I don't know if you guys do you guys do this with your toys? Like I use not Armor All McGuire's wipes, and I shine them right up, and they stay nice and shiny in my toy room.
I'm actually going to have to do the dusting soon because it's been a while. And for a while, I had my flag and everything in front of it. So it was not able to get to. So it's been a while.
Ostrich feather duster case works really good.
Doesn't knock the guns out of their hands.
Does
or
not.
anything?
Does not. You
Does
can
it
just
knock 'em
whip.
over?
Nope.
I'll be checking Amazon today.
I got this at Walmart for $2.
Yeah, but the problem with that is I have to go to Walmart.
I know. I got to go there today. I'm making lasagna for football tomorrow.
Nice.
You just got to time it, Casey. You got to go early in the morning.
Yeah, they used to be open 24 hours, and it was great to go there at midnight. Nobody's there.
That's right, Jason. Go Hoosiers, 7-0, right?
They're for real
killing
this
it. Am I mistaken? But aren't they ranked higher than Alabama right now?
I think they are.
I think they are too. Which is something I never thought I would say. But they are for real.
Yeah, they get a good test today. Washington coming in.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. So if anybody wants to reach out to Joe, where can they find you at?
I'm on Instagram under Joe Recondo or Facebook under Joe Recondo. And it's my real Facebook. Just changed my name.
How about you, Matthew? Where can people reach out to you for these tips?
Best way is on Instagram. It's Ronin Swordsman 76.
All right. And of course, three of us, you can get on, you can reach out to us at podcastfromthepit@gmail.com. Check us out on YouTube, Instagram, X. We don't do TikTok. I don't think it's something I want to do. But please, reach out if you got any show ideas, want to come on. Like I said, we do this to make friends. It's it's really the hour and a half of my week, besides my Sundays with my granddaughter. This is the hour to hour and a half a week I look forward most to. Love talking toys.
We even have a Facebook page if you want to.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Facebook group.
Yes.
Yep.
I write stuff down and I left that out.
It's okay.
I'm like, I want to remember everything, but I get talking and I lose stuff.
But yeah, reach out to us.
Thank you, Bob. Yes, please hit that like. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. We are shooting towards 250.
Yep, you're at 215 right now.
Yep.
Nice.
Very
And
thankful for all 215.
we have a giveaway coming up.
What are you guys giving away?
We're giving away a bone collector figure. Isn't
The
that
version
who it is?
2, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
version 2 bone collector. Mr. Crash is donating to the podcast, and I'm going to go through my collection and I'm going to pick something out and add to the pot.
So maybe you do multiple giveaways?
We have to figure out how to do the one first. We don't know how to do it yet.
I know there's a duck race thing you can do through StreamYard, Case.
Yeah, we'll have to figure it out.
I don't know how to do it, but
but yeah, I'm thinking just one big massive prize package. Casey, I did not realize you're giving away your flag, so I will be in that giveaway as well.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Or was it Matthew who's giving away his bridge layer?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I just need shreds for it.
Yeah.
I think my dog is in trouble. I hear somebody yelling at him.
Like I said, thank you everybody for watching. Joe, Matthew, thank you for coming on. Like I said, you're welcome on anytime. I don't like bugging you guys, so if you want to come on, just say, "Hey, I'm gonna come on."
I like to be bugged.
Yes.
Because if I could, I'd have you guys on every week. That's just how it is.
I had a dog see me waving my terrible towel, and she came in here to see what was up.
On that note,
let's go.
Terrible
Steelers.
towels. Time to go, boys.
Go Steelers.
All right, everybody. Take care. See you next week.
All right.
Y'all have a great week.
Bye.